I mentioned Julian Assange a couple times. I really did want to explore a little more. Obviously, it's a dangerous president. Obviously, the First Amendment and freedom of press is under attack. Where do you see this going? Do you see him actually being extradited to the U.S., actually being prosecuted, actually being convicted and sentenced? I mean, just overall, what's your thoughts and what are your predictions?
Well, they clearly want to neutralize him, which they've more or less done.
Right.
They want to send a message to anybody who would think about doing the same thing, that that's not going to be a good idea, right? They want to create the appearance of somebody who does the same thing, which is why you have Bellingcat now, right? Which is like the NATO version of Julian Assange, right?
I'm sorry, I don't know what
this is sort of this like leaker character who he's like the reverse image version of Julian Assange. He leaks things, but on behalf of like the military-industrial complex, basically. But you know, Assange, if what they're trying to do with the prosecution, clearly, if they could get him back here, is take this dramatic step forward in defining certain activities as conspiracy. And this has been a fixation of the security services and the military for a long time, like even predating Assange, I would say. And Barack Obama prosecuted a lot of leakers using the Espionage Act.
Right.
There were attempts to prosecute, I believe it was a Fox News reporter, for conspiracy in a case involving a report about North Korea. So what they want to be able to do is say, okay, if somebody steals or accesses secret documents, we want to be able to not just prosecute that person for the theft, but we want to be able to say that the person who was lined up to do the publishing of that was part of a conspiracy to commit the theft. And if they end up succeeding in making that kind of a case, then there's basically not going to be any whistleblower reporting anymore, because half the stuff that we report on that comes from, stuff that's stolen from companies or from, a government agency, could now get us in trouble for conspiracy. I mean, I've already had thoughts talking to certain people who were talking about, even just talking around classified material, like, am I committing a crime even by having this conversation? You know what I mean? Like, this is a new thought that's entering the heads of reporters now, and that's what they want to do. They want to get people thinking that they're going to get in trouble for reporting on stuff. When the old days, the bargain was simple. The person who stole the material and went public took all the criminal risk. The reporter just reported it. They're trying to blur that line in the middle, and Assange, they're using the Assange case to do it, and they're using his unpopularity as a result of 2016 as a way to leverage public support for that.
Well, do you think that they would have done all this, had him arrested in the embassy and whatnot, had it not been for WikiLeaks leaking the DNC emails in 2016?
I don't think it would have been as easy to sell to the public if that hadn't happened, right? Because prior to 2016, or maybe I would say prior to some of the things, the sort of Swedish case and all that, Julian Assange was this big progressive hero in 2009, 10,
and he used to be on Bill Maher's show.
Yeah, of course, right? And I remember appearing in public service messages for Chelsea Manning, and everybody wanted to be involved in that, like talking about like how they supported what was happening, and the bravery of bringing out the collateral murder video and all that. Since then, this sort of years-long campaign to present Assange as this dangerous, double-dealing, amoral character has been very successful. I think it's really changed people's opinions of what the actual issues are, right? Like it's such a constant tactic. It drives me nuts that people don't see this, but like, forget about who the person is, right? Because this is about an issue. This is about a policy decision to try to criminalize certain kinds of behavior. But people can't see past that. All they see is Julian Assange and what they think of him, right? And they can't separate the two things. And so this campaign has been very successful, I think.